For profitable relationships, goal number 1 is develop and maintain at least 3 deep relationships and important supportive ones. Number 2, schedule weekly quality time with someone you care about. Number 3, practice active listening and making sure you're engaging in conversation. Number 4, set boundaries and gain respect from others. Number 5, and engage in group activity work with other people and collaborating with the people at work or somewhere. For the 3 objectives, participate in a social event once a week, reach out to a friend or a lover or just a family member, and so you can make sure they feel cared about. And then number 3, engage in some type of kindness or do an act that'll make you feel good and make someone else feel good, because that's important. And since quality relationships, they can build a sense of belonging and well-being. They can create positivity and create a good sense of emotion, and it can create happiness, which creates a good feedback, and what you give out, you can give back. For number 2, igniting awe and wonder, which is the happiness section, my 5 goals are: engage in a new activity that is for a new experience once a week. We're going to incorporate mindful practices, which is like kind of meditating and figuring out how you can slow down your mind. And then number 3, explore new places around where you are, any type of like park or waterfront. And then number 4, read or watch inspiring content, something that'll inspire you to go do something good, inspire you to go out and go enjoy the weather and just enjoy the earth. And then number 5, we're gonna start with the journal. You're gonna write down some moments that make you feel good and that you can reflect on and say, oh wow, that was amazing, and continue to reflect. So the 3 objectives, we have visit like a landmark around your city, town, somewhere in the state of Michigan or anywhere around you. And then number 2, we're gonna dedicate time to mindfulness and gratitude, thinking what are you grateful for, why, and how can you continue to be grateful. And then number 3, we're gonna journal, and we are going to document the experiences you had for the week that you are happy about and grateful about, because having all that like happiness can put some creativity into things and like shift your stress and make sure that you have a clear mind and you are happy and ready to move forward. For number 3, we have stress management. For goal number 1, we are going to establish a daily meditation or relaxation process. Number 2, develop coping strategies to figure out what is going on and how to fix it. Number 3, engage in physical activity at least 2 times a week. Practice cognitive reframing to make sure you can have a good mindset, because putting yourself in that great mindset can lead to a lot of success. Number 5, we're going to put some time structure, time management, which can keep you on task and keep you from having any distractions. And then for my 3 objectives, we have a meditate or just have a relaxer for 10 minutes, read a book, or just sit down and meditate, something like that. And then we're gonna have the journal, and we're gonna identify the triggers and the stressors that make you stressed. And once you kind of identify them, you can figure out what you want to do and how you can fix that. Number 3, and then engage in at least 30 minutes of activity, of like physical activity per day, because having that physical activity can clear your mind up, and having a clear mind is really good for being less stressed. And then having less stress can improve clarity, you can be more energized, and you can have a just more personal experience of being able to do the things you love, and it'll be very peaceful. For quality sleep, we have 5 goals of maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, create a bedtime routine for number 2, reduce screen time before bed, and then optimize your sleeping environment for being comfy and all ready for bed. And then number 5, we're going to use the journal to track sleep patterns. The objectives: get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Number 2, turn off electronic devices 30 minutes before bed. And then number 3, we're going to jot down your sleeping patterns and you track all your sleeping to make sure you have the right hours and everything you were doing correctly to maintain sleep schedule. And with that sleep schedule, you can have a higher cognitive function, be more energized, have an overall better well-being, and your mood and energy levels are going to skyrocket. For the roaming the natural world part, the 5 goals are going to be spending at least 30 minutes outside a day, encouraged and be outside just for at least that time. Go do some outdoor physical activity, and then put some natural elements of the outdoors inside. Number 4, just kind of incorporate the wilderness and kind of get all that in, like try to garden or keep your wilderness outside nice and fresh and looking good. And then number 5, use the nature practices to continue to like grow a garden and keep your brushes and your trees all nice and healthy, and your flowers. And the 3 objectives, we have like to plan or schedule a hike or a walk once a week to kind of get in all the outside and kind of just bring it all in and look how beautiful it is. And then number 2, put at least 1 or 2 plants inside your house for a room or so to give it a nice little earthy, greeny vibe, to realize that it's a nice little homey space and it'll be good. And then number 3 is make sure you're doing 2 days of physical activity outside. So take 2 days and do some physical activity outside. Go ride your bike, go on a walk, and continue to just take in that fresh air. And then with me, like going outside, it enhances my mood and it brings down my stress levels, bringing in all that fresh air, and it can create a deep connection with the environment and maybe just a greater appreciation for life. So for my choice, my first one was to drink less pop. Number 1, we're gonna reduce soda consumption gradually over time, like per week. And then we're gonna replace the sugary drinks with a healthy alternative. And then number 3, we're gonna educate ourselves on what drinks are healthy and what are not, and what's good for you. And then number 4, set specific times where you can have a sugary drink or just something that has a little bit more sugar, like a lemonade or something, with a certain meal. And then number 5, we're gonna use a journal to track our progress to make sure we're looking at our calorie intake or sugar intake for all those drinks to kind of cut that back. Our 3 objectives would be to decrease a soda per week, which would be really good. And then replace a soda with a water or some type of sugar-free drink that could have flavor. And then number 3, gonna go back to the journal and we're gonna log progress weekly to see how much sugar intake and calorie intake you're having per drink and how many cans of soda you are having. And with getting rid of soda, it'll improve your physical health, it'll improve your mental health, and it could decrease your sugar cravings. I know it'll lead to better hydration and a less of like a sugar strike. For my last one, the choice 2, shutting down the phone. For number 1, we are going to reduce screen time for focus and presence into whatever you're doing. We're gonna set phone-free times per day, so you're gonna know a singular time to go, okay, this is what I need to do, and this is how I'm gonna get it done. Number 3, you're gonna engage in offline activities or hobbies, or do something around the house that needs to get done. Number 4, you're gonna limit your screen time use by 30 minutes before bed to make sure you are getting rid of the light exposure. And then number 5, strengthen in-person connections with being more present and turning the phone off and just putting the phone away. And then number 1, for the objectives, we're going to set a screen time limit for your apps and set screen time limits for specific times of days. And then we're going to implement a 30-minute phone-free time before bed to get rid of all that light. And number 3, we're going to engage in screen-free activity at least for a half hour a day with reading, exercise, cleaning, chores, gardening, schoolwork, anything to get your mind off of being on the phone. As getting off the phone can put a deeper connection, you can have deeper connections, it'll improve your mental clarity, and it could reduce distractions, which will improve your cognitive function, your mental clarity, and you can continue to do the things you need to do throughout the day, and you can figure everything out that you need to do without stress. That is my midterm. Thank you.